Tools with Tactics. He changed his
With
name back
tactics.
from Electrical Erection. I mean, Connection. Sorry. How are
Yeah,
you tonight, sir?
I can't complain. I can't complain, but nobody wants to hear it because we're men.
It's funny you say that because it is 100% true.
Yeah,
Uh, when a man has an issue, it's something that they typically will internalize. They don't like to share it.
yep,
Um, we pretty much figure the problem out for ourselves. The problem with doing that is that there is no problem with doing that. It allows you to be creative. It allows you to work through and think through the problem. And it's one of the great things about being a man that is typically vilified today because we don't like men being men. What's
yeah.
up,
I gotta tell you,
OCK and Apache?
I if you weren't there to like whenever I was telling you about going through the whole mold thing, dude, I don't know if I would have made it though for real.
Oh, you'd have been fine.
No, it was pretty bad, dude.
He is still in his pajamas, by the way, you boy. No joke. This is the new version of the man show. I don't know about all that. Dan the
Where's the
man is here.
trampoline? You have the trampoline around here?
Dude, I would love to see that. My wife's
Oh
got
man.
terrific jugs, and I'd love to see him on a trampoline. I'm just saying. No, you guys will appreciate this. I told you all that Wild Badger doesn't want to pay me for the video, even though they agreed to it. So I made another video using
What's
the
up, Dan?
Wild Badger,
Uh-oh.
and instead of taking it gently, as I had in the previous video, because I typically just let the tool do the work. I don't like to push. Even when it comes to a push mower, I don't push more than I have to.
You bog it down?
Oh, dude, I cut it out.
Oh,
Three
really?
seconds. Not even 3 seconds. I guarantee it's not even 3 seconds.
I
So I sent him a message. I was like, well, since you guys have been so good to me and you've decided not to pay me for my work, I made another video that I guarantee is going to get some views because it's going to show just how shitty your product can look, and people like that.
dang.
What's up, Budsville? Would you trust a trampoline assembled with a Makita tool? No.
Nothing's gonna be tight,
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
inconsistent, and
You're new to the channel, huh? Okay, Budsville. Thanks, buddy, for being here.
what's up, Basil?
Sharouche is here. We were just talking, like in our group chat, we were just talking that here lately, over the last, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 months, we've been getting people from well outside of the United States to join us on our live streams. Um, just yesterday, I've had somebody from Antarctica. They said they were from Antarctica. I don't know if they really were or not, but who would lie about that?
Yeah, we've had
Um,
it. Yep.
Sharouche is from Iran, I want to say. I
Somewhere
can't
over there.
remember. Iraq, Iran is the Middle East. We've had folks from Australia yesterday, like literally just UK, all over the world, showing
Yeah.
up to this little channel, these little live streams that we do that are fun and just purely for. I'm from
Okay.
Agartha. Sweet. What's up, Mister Forwood?
What's going on, dude?
Um, it from Brazil. All right, Budsville.
Buttsville, USA is from Brazil.
Yeah, how's the crack down there, sir? No, it's just one of those. It's crazy because you would never think. First of all, we're tool guys. We picked one of the smallest niches on YouTube to get into,
Yeah.
and to have these people from all over the world show up, and not just for one, like Sharouche is here, loyal, fantastic to be here. Um, like love having him here. But from all over the world, we get these guys to show up and they become part of the community. And that really tells me that what we're doing as far as the tool testing, the tool talk, and just being men is really catching on. People are
Yeah.
starting to accept it. And it's something that as a society, I'm going to go there for you folks. Hold your hats. As a society, we have kind of moved away from and shunned manliness. The fact that we can still be men, that men build, they protect, and they provide. That should be celebrated in every corner of the world, in everything that we do. And we should not be like, I was talking to my wife, which I rarely ever do, but I was talking to my wife the other day, and we were watching a movie, and she's just crying her eyes out. And I'm just like, okay, OJ Simpson's dead. Who cares? I'm just sitting there like, yeah, it's a movie. That
Yeah.
sucks. And then she's like, well, you didn't even cry when your mother died. And I'm like, well, what the fuck am I going to do about it? My tears
That's
aren't going to bring her back.
yeah, but maybe you and I are just emotionally damaged. I didn't. Yeah, I agree with that too. But I I think it's okay to cry as a guy. I just don't have the
Thanks, your boy.
capability.
No, no. I watch this stuff and it like, it has no effect on me. I'm just sitting there like, huh? I need a hug. No,
No.
Dad, I'm good. I know you're a Makita guy, and you'd probably try to hug me from behind. Anyway, the JSD hope, just some real hope would make me cry. It was pretty bad. I do remember that. No, but why is it that first of all, we as men, why don't we just feel like being men? I do need the hawk to. I tried to get my wife to do it before we came on, but she said we didn't have time. So
They've been trying to normalize that, man. They slowly but surely, you know, install it into everything you do and everything you watch, and then slowly but
yeah,
surely, like even like the main characters of video games and stuff are like weirdos with long hair and top hats.
yeah. Well, that's
Yeah.
it. Like the so there's a guy called the older millennial. I don't know if you've ever seen him. He's here on YouTube and he's on TikTok. He's really big on TikTok. He's got millions of followers there. God bless him for doing it. Right. I got better shit to do with my time than talk politics with some 20-year-old kid that ain't done shit in his life. Um, but he's on there and like everything with him is emotion. Like it's appealing. It gets him a huge following, but everything he does, like all of his shit is just emotional ranting. And I'm just sitting there like the person because the Harry something or another, I can't remember the kid's name. He looks like a jackass, but the kid he talks about constantly ain't done shit in his life. He ain't had a job.
Yeah.
Get come back to like let that kid grow up. We were all stupid when we were young. Why can't we just be like, that kid's dumb and
Yeah.
be done with it? Just let him make a fool of himself.
Well, I don't know, man. You got that much of a following, and you're saying the wrong thing. You
Cheeseburger, I
gotta
feel you.
set them in the right direction. You know,
Yeah,
a lot of what's wrong with society is this access to instant information, and people like that are just everything's emotional, and you're just creating drama, man. If it has to do with drama, I want nothing to do with it. I stick to the facts, and if you get caught in the crossfire of the facts, then there's probably going to be a little bit of drama. But at the end of the day, it's not going to be how I feel. It's what I can show you.
I'm with you, Terry. Yeah. Well, the thing is, the person he's talking to, he doesn't understand. Like, he's supposed to be the older person in the room, and he
Right.
doesn't understand that the child is manipulating him to get a response out of him.
Gotcha. I guess I had to watch it. I don't really understand the mechanics of the what you're saying.
Yeah, well, um, well, you have children,
Yeah.
okay? Your one daughter is kind of quiet and stoic.
Mm-hmm.
Then your other daughter is
Louder.
loud, like ear bleeding loud.
Yeah. I got the noise cancellation on for you guys constant.
Yeah. Your youngest daughter manipulates your wife
Yes.
because she knows that if she makes a fuss, that mom is going to acquiesce. She's just going to give in.
Right. And we're working on that, but yes, yeah,
Yeah.
that's accurate.
So it's just like that with this guy and this kid on TikTok. Like, they're stupid for
They're
each other.
just I got you.
And I'm looking at it like I'm older, so I'm looking at it and I'm going like, you kids need to do something with your life because this is dumb.
Yeah.
Like, going back and forth. First of all, talking about politics is not going to get you anywhere. Like, just go, okay, I don't like it. I like it. Right? That's it. That's end of discussion. I don't believe this. I don't believe that.
Right.
Arguing with somebody on the other side, there is no winner. It's just two people that are going to go back and forth and act like children at some point. And it's
Yep.
kind of like when you talk to Chevy guys or Ford guys. Like, you can't convince them either group that they're wrong. DeWalt in Milwaukee, you can't convince either group that they're wrong.
Right.
Klein, Ideal. Okay, we can admit that they're both wrong. um, but it's like that, if you pick a side, then you feel the need, just as a human being, to dig yourself in and hold that,
Sure.
right? So you can't take most people, ryobi or makita, get those people a psychologist because they're mentally ill.
If I had to pick
Fritzy
one, man, I'd go
guys.
with Makita though. I gotta tell you.
Well, and just like that, Cooch came out. Um,
Yeah.
Congratulations, I guess.
I'll let you know when the wedding is.
Take it easy, Jamie. Outside Home Depot to steal parts. No, I hate theft. I think theft is awful, man. What's up, Dan B? Man night. It is man night. We're just talking tonight. We're not really having any subject. We're just having a conversation, right? And the conversation is going to be centered around like how men view shit.
Right.
Cord or
So
cordless?
so
Cordless.
today, uh Kaylin gets up, we finish eating, she gets up and grabs some candy, whatever, for dessert, and she brings everyone one. So she brings me a I don't know, it's probably still in my pocket, whatever it was, some kind of, you know, it's like a mint. And
Yeah,
then she gives Angela a Starburst, which I wanted, and then Angela just gave it to me anyway. And then Keely got something, and then Kaylin had, like, these gummy bears, whatever.
sure.
And instantly, Keely looks at mom and goes, "Hey, can she have these gummy" No, first she was like, "Hey, I wanna see these. Let me just see them. I don't want them. I just wanna
Uh
see
huh.
them." And I'm sitting over there like, "Uh-huh," you know? So,
Yeah.
she looks at the bag, and then she instantly holds it over and goes, "Hey, can she have these? And aren't these the ones that I gave you? Blah, 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 you know? I bought these for you."
We'll
And,
do our best, Jamie.
but remember, she didn't want them, right?
Right. Right. Right.
So then she and the little one, she's 3 years old. and she's like, "Hey, do you want to trade?" And I was like, "No, she's not trading. You said you didn't want them." And instantly my wife is like, "Well, she's not blah blah blah." I was like, "No, that's BS. No, no, she's manipulating, and that's a character flaw, and I won't stand for it. And my kids are
Yeah.
not going to be like that. Like that's where I put
Yeah.
my foot down." And it's up to the parents nowadays to teach their kids what's right and wrong, man. And that's a manipulative behavior. And it's an integrity thing. And integrity, as you know, which is like a motto on my channel, is like a muscle. And you
Yeah.
can flex it in both ways. And if you flex it in a shitty way, you're going to grow up to be a shit person. And if
True.
you flex it in a way that is really hard, but ultimately it's the right thing to do, it gets easier and easier to make the better choices for humanity. And
Right.
you are a part of society and you're going to go into the world and you need to make it better.
Absolutely. That's the thing. My son, some of you guys know this. My son is or was into drugs and alcohol.
Dang.
Started with both of those while he was in my house. Now, I have never had any alcohol, and I've never had any drugs that were not prescribed to me by a doctor, right? And the meds that I'm on are for Alzheimer's, and I can't help but get away from. I can't get away from those, or else I'll be a drilling mess. So
Right.
my son, when he was living with us, he got in trouble at school and ended up going on probation because he beat up somebody, and they just declared it was a hate crime because the person that was bullying him happened to be
Right. The opposite
not
race. Right. Yeah.
no
Dang.
not straight. We live in a white town with one family that's not white. You'd be pretty hard pressed to get into a fight with a not white kid in this town. Anyway,
Oh, okay. Different view on. Yeah. Yeah.
Tinkerbell, Makita.
Yeah.
It's a Makita
Makita.
guy, right?
Makita. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely Makita guy. He is
Oh man,
Belky
is that a hate
to
crime
no
now?
end. So they charged him with a hate crime. Well, when
Wow.
they did that, is that shirt you're? It is blue, yeah. Um, Hi, Milkman. When they charged him with that, and he got
It's up there.
parole and all this, like part of the deal for him was that they also had found some trace amounts of marijuana.
Right.
So
Just
as he's
describing his hometown.
yeah, as describe as going as he is going to this parole officer, I search his room like when he's at school because I don't want that shit in my house.
Right.
Right. And I found paraphernalia where he had tried to make things to smoke stuff with and whatnot. And that's a no go for me. Right.
Right. Right.
So I would take a rigid bag with me and I would put all the paraphernalia in it and I would take it to his parole officer because I would go to the meetings with him. And
Dang.
I
Huh.
would show the parole officer, I'd be like, this is what he had in his room. Full disclosure, right? And my son believes that if I loved him, that I would not do that.
Yeah.
The fact is that the reason I did it is because I loved him. But more than that, and more than anything, what we have to do as men is we teach our family right and wrong.
Yeah.
So when we're there and I say, I do not believe in this, I do not believe that this is right. And if you do that, there will be consequences. The
Okay.
minute the minute I find some of this stuff and I don't call him on it, I don't punish him. Uh I don't what's the word I'm looking for? Like
Condone
uh
it. Right.
yeah.
Yep.
Well
You're
if I
agreeing with it,
like
right? That's
right.
what you're gonna say.
Yeah. Every time I say it's okay, nothing that I had said to him before that point
Matters.
means anything
Right.
because I'm a liar. Nothing I say after that point will mean anything because I'm a liar.
Yeah.
But if I say, I do not believe in this, and if you bring this into my house, there are going to be consequences and repercussions.
Right.
And then I follow through on it. Everything that I had said to him at that point is enforced. I mean it.
Yeah.
And I still mean it. I know he smokes cigarettes. He's not allowed to smoke cigarettes around me. He's
Right.
not even allowed to smoke cigarettes on my property.
There you go.
He came the other day with a friend. His friend is older than I am. Came to my house, and the friend was smoking cigarettes, and he flicked the butt in my yard. I didn't see it. They started to back out, and I see it on the ground, and I called them back, and I handed it to the guy, and I said, "This shit doesn't belong on my property."
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
again, dude's older than I am, and the guy understood. He accepted that that was my level. Like I drew the line in the sand right there, and that is where it shall stay. And I will not accept anything other than the respect of it being my home, my property.
Right.
What you do outside of my little area of influence, my sphere of influence, is beyond my control. But where it is in my house, my property, that is absolutely my place, and it will be my rules. So a lot of folks don't understand. Like you see it all the time. Kids getting away with shit.
Yeah.
They,
The
they manipulate their parents, and every time you allow your child to manipulate you on something, they
the
know that you do not stand for anything.
it's also confusing too, right? Because 'Cause you're kinda disrespecting yourself when you're not holding your ground, and then they don't know what to believe, so maybe they're not even really trying to disrespect you, they're trying to see what they can get away with too, but it comes across as disrespect. That's why, there is no, gray area, especially when you're doing electrical inspections. There's
Yep.
no gray area for that. One of my first
T.
weeks when I became an electrical inspector, uh, you go and you see a metal box without a bonding screw, and you're like, it's just one box, just one screw. The whole
Yep.
house was fine. They missed one. I'm gonna pass it, right? Go to the
Nope.
next job. Everything's cool, or it fails, whatever. Go to the next job. They're missing another bonding screw. What are you gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
You passed this one before, are you gonna fail this? You know what I mean? Like, then now you're being
Right.
a hypocrite, right?
Right.
So so if I'm gonna where are you gonna start and where are you gonna stop? Because at some point you're gonna be a hypocrite to yourself.
Hey,
Um,
channel.
it's a slippery slope, man, and it's just damn confusing. That's why you got to stay consistent.
Right. 100%. And I'm not saying you kick the shit out of your kid. You just never kick the shit out of your kid. I got the shit kicked out of me as a kid. My dad used me as an ashtray. He
Yeah,
hit me with boards, shoes, belt, a chain. The man, because I handed him the wrong wrench, I handed him the wrench that he wanted instead of the one he needed. He took my arm and put it on a piping hot muffler, burnt the shit out of my arm.
dang,
I don't think you go that way. I
yeah,
never went that way with my son. Well, I'll say this. I think it was the second time that I had found drugs in my home. I got rather upset. My son's 16 years old at the time. I got rather upset. And I lost control of myself, kicked him in the chest.
dang,
That was too far. I went too far. I
yeah,
fully admit it, and I apologize for it because I know I did wrong.
right, right,
But the fact of the matter is, like, it got him the point across to him. Like I vehemently am against that stuff. I don't want it around me. You know, when when we went on vacation together or whatnot,
yeah,
I was 100% like, don't drink around me. Don't
right,
have alcohol around me. I'll leave. I will
yeah,
get
and
up and
we
leave.
didn't, we didn't.
Let's talk Makita. Makita is the true gateway drug. Yeah, if you use Makita, you're gonna be smoking some dude's log before long. I just say it like I when I say that stuff, I actually mean it, and it's something that a lot of us as adults we compromise on our morals constantly.
Yeah,
And all that means to me is most of the people that we talk to, not the guys that are here, don't get me wrong. I'm saying in our real life, most of the people that you talk to have no morals. They
right.
talk about it, but they don't live by it. Um, Tolerance
Yeah.
leads to apathy. I'm with you. It
Um,
was smack me in the mouth from talking back. Oh,
Terry says,
that's
"You ever find a tap in before the meter?" Yeah, yeah, we find crazy stuff. I found like 6 Polarises in a meter too. This guy was trying to tie in some solar and do some crazy stuff, and you just see crazy stuff, man. Crazy, crazy stuff.
Dan's been around for a long time. Sharouche, it's all right. He likes to troll us about Makita and other things. It's good.
Yeah,
As people being hypocrites are as old as time. That's true. Most people don't have real integrity. They have convenient integrity or convenient morals. Thank you for unhiding him, Sharouche. He's all right.
yeah,
uh, the fury of a the fury of a patient man. True. Oh, so when we're on vacation, uh, there was an instance where I think we were at the resort and your daughter, your youngest, wanted something, and your wife wasn't paying attention, so your daughter hit her. I think it was at the resort. It might have been one of the places that we went.
yeah.
And without thinking, I got up and started walking over toward your daughter, and be like, "You
Oh
might
yeah,
want to think about
the
this
little
shit."
one hit the big one. Yeah, yep,
Yeah, I was like, "You might want to think about this shit because
yeah,
you can't go around disrespecting your mama because like that's your mom. You only get one, and you should treat her with the utmost respect."
yeah, yeah. She straightened up quick too.
I like that saying, Mitchell. Thank you.
Hmm.
Um, it's all right, Patrick's. You're good. But no, it's funny because like I mean, first of all, my mom was my hero. So my mom worked while my dad slept most of the time. My dad was frequently unemployed. I'll say it that way, as a nice way of saying he was often drunk and laying on the couch or just being an ass,
All right.
womanizing and whatnot. So uh, my mom was my hero. I couldn't imagine someone disrespecting my mother. The
Yeah.
hardest thing I ever had to do was when the nurse came to our house and told me that my mom was going or could potentially die if she didn't start moving. Because my mom, I don't know if you guys are aware of this. Some of you are, some of you aren't. The last year and a half of my mother's life, she woke up one day. She decided that she was not going to walk anymore. She
Right.
just said, "I'm done. I'm not going to do it." And she thought that I should carry her around the house, take her to the bathroom, take her into the shower, put her in there, get her out of the shower, feed her, change her diapers, and do all this shit. And I did it because I'm a son and I love my mom,
Yeah.
right? But when the nurse told me that if she didn't get up and walk, that she was going to die, and I had to get in my mom's face when, like,
Oh,
literally
thanks.
get in my mom's face and kind of say some mean things to get her, not being disrespectful, just being like, "Do you want to die? Is this
Oh, I
your
remember she was
goal?"
ornery as ever too. You were ornery back to her.
And she'd be like, "Damn you," and
Yeah.
I hate you, and shit like this, saying like, "I'm gonna punch you in the face. If I could punch you in the face, I'd punch you in the face." I'd be like, "Get
Right.
off your ass and do it. Nothing make me happier than to see you get off off your ass and hit me."
Yeah, we were gonna build a rigging pulley station to get her up.
Yep.
Remember?
We were going to buy a garage door opener. Uh, some idiots here.
Oh
We were
yeah,
going to get a garage door opener to pick her up to make her force her to walk, and got the after a year. Wait, what? Ivermectin worked. Oh, way to go! But that's
nice.
the thing. Like,
Let's see here.
it's because I loved her. I had to do it. And I wanted my mom to do well. Again, she was my hero, but she was just like it did like for a short time it got her up and it got her moving again. And then she asked us to put her into a nursing home. She asked. We had gone to a vacation.
What's up,
Um,
Panther?
we had gone on vacation with my mom. We always go to Branson, Missouri. We always go to see the Sight and Sound Theater, which they always put on an awesome show. Uh, and we knew that 89 years old, this is going to be her last one. So we want, or maybe her last one. We wanted to get her to go to the show and see it. Well, we get to the hotel. She lays in the bed for 3 days while we're waiting to go to the hospital or to go to the thing. And tell her to lose weight. Anyway, she will not get out of bed. Uh, like she's making me carry her everywhere or whatever. And then the day of the show, I was like, "Well, Mom, you got to go with us today. We bought your tickets. We
And that
want to take you
was
to the show."
that was after you had mesh installed, so your tumors could not expand as well.
Well, I had them removed,
Right. But
and
then they installed
then I had,
mesh.
yeah,
That
I
way they
had
can't grow
mesh.
back.
Right.
And you're
Well,
just there ripping your mesh, lifting your mom
pretty much, yeah. So
a
my
month
mom,
after surgery.
yeah, my mom's 280 pounds.
Yeah.
So we get her. I get her in the wheelchair, and she looks at me and she goes, "If you love me, you'll leave me here and you'll put me back in the bed."
Yeah.
Well, what can I say to that? I picked her up and I put her
What's up?
back into bed.
Hey, you gotta get out of here.
So I picked her up and I put
You're
her
good.
back in the bed.
Go out here.
I'm the youngest of 10, by the way. And
Sorry,
we
YouTube
got,
doesn't like children.
it's all right. We went to the show. We got back and she said, I want you to put me into a nursing home.
Yeah.
So that is when we decided, hey, it's someone from Russia. I think that's Russian. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I can
But that's
translate
what
it.
we decided to put her into a nursing home. And she lived another 7 months. Daniel Depot, how you doing? She lived another 7 months in the nursing home. The last 7 months and never got out of that bed again.
Right.
So yeah, it was
What's
tough,
going
but
on here? He says.
no one's not here that I see.
He said, "What's going on here?" Russian.
Oh, very nice. Not much. I don't know what that name is, but I'm a 7-year-old from Bulgaria, and my wife is asking me to get her face caved in.
Oh my goodness, he's asking more.
Oh, it's all right. Hey, that's the thing. Like
See
2008,
here.
my mom and her new husband, they had been married about 2 years. Uh, both age 72 when they got married. So they're 74 now. He's diagnosed with stage 4 prostate cancer. I am the youngest of 10 children. He
Wow.
had 5 children of his own. They didn't know what to do with my mentally and physically handicapped brother and his mentally and physically handicapped daughter. So my mom calls me the day before Thanksgiving 2008. She's like, "Well, he's got to go and have surgery and he's got to go through these treatments and stuff. And I don't know what I'm going to do with Warren and Roxanne." I said, "I'll see you tomorrow."
Yeah.
I drove from New York to Missouri. which is not something that anyone should do.
No,
Uh,
that sounds like a terrible job.
and I I I set up shop and started taking care of family. But that's what men do. We protect and provide for our family. So,
Yeah,
yeah, when something goes wrong, you have to be there and you have to meet it. And that's just part about being a man or a man. It may inconvenience you.
right.
It may inconvenience you, but it is something that you have to do. You don't question it. That's not your job. Your job is to take care of it. And the
This
more
guy's either
we
saying goodbye or he wants you to buy his Neva. I don't know what a Neva is.
navel, don't know. I'm bed rest for 2 years, healing from nerve damage. It sucks. Dude, Cheeseburger, I'm with you, man. I'm sorry to hear you do that.
Wow.
Now, I wish more people would understand that family, once they're, once someone's your family, not that you have any choice in it other than who your wife is, um, they're family. You take care of them. It's no different whether they're 6 years old or 70 years old. It's the same. It's your
Yeah.
job and you take care of it.
Mitchell says, my dad works at an oil refinery and I wish I could spend time with me and my brothers. And
Make time.
yeah, yeah, make time. Um, I worked a job where I was working, from 7 in the morning to 10 at night. By the time I got home, I'd eat dinner and do it again the next day. I did that for a year. I was making a killing. Uh, but I had other opportunities come along later. But I don't know if it was worth all that money. You got to make time.
That's the way it's supposed to be, Sarah. Yeah. Uh, I'll say this: my dad was not a man. Um, well, he was a man as far as he had a penis, but he wasn't a man. He was not a good example of what a man should be. He was actually a very poor example of what a man should be. I'd buy a Makita car if they made them. God damn, you're taking it in deep. Shaka Gillis, Ryobi is straight up trash, and Makita is rainbow flag.
Nice, nice. Uh, hello, uh,
I
to
hear you,
Russia.
Red. Do
He
not
says hello.
disrespect Makita. Hello.
Do not disrespect Makita.
That's all we do here.
Well, they do it to themselves though first.
Yeah.
Yeah. First priority
Right.
is
Shelter
provide shelter,
protection.
protection, and food. Everything else is icing. Yeah, it's true.
I agree with it. Well, yeah. So anyway, my father was a poor example of what a man is. He and I did not talk the last 10 years of his life due to his own actions. Um, he he did not know the importance of family, even though he came from a large family. He didn't know the importance of family. So
Yeah.
a lot of what goes on in my life is, would my dad be this way? And if the answer is yes, I just do the opposite. Well, sorry to hear that, Marlon.
Fazal, Fazal here, and uh,
What's up, Fazel?
was it BW's or something?
B Dubs is
He's
here.
got arthritis in his spine. Watch
I
what I
saw
do
that.
now, but I have to keep moving and tolerate the pain, and I need and want to work as long as I can. That's rough, man.
It's Yeah, that is, man. I'm sorry to hear
I'm
that.
not looking forward to getting older, dude. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, it's gonna suck.
I'm already breaking down, and I'm not old enough to be
What did
breaking
how?
down.
How easy. I let my kids eat all the food till they were 15. After that, they would lose a hand. Ah, uh, hearses do not come with U-Hauls. That's true. Hearses do not come with U-Hauls. Daniel, I don't have one of those to give to you.
Hopefully your daughter looks nothing like you, Sayer.
God, God bless her if she does.
Man.
Yeah, I'm 44 and a 64-year dude. That's the thing when you're a tradesman, right? The first thing to go is your body.
Yeah.
No, folks, it's not because you guys still use impact drivers for way too much when they're meant
So
for small things. So come back in a few years when you guys get to be competent.
I'm on Team Impact.
That's because you've been impacted from behind.
That's all I know. That's all I know.
You are the reason our kids are ugly. All of these live
What's that
shorts are
saying?
so weird. Huh?
All these live shorts are so weird. Man, there's a
Don't know what
lot
to
of
tell
weird
you.
live shorts. If you just scroll the live and you start scrolling through, you see some crazy stuff.
Steve, we're talking man stuff tonight. We're being men. We're talking about the importance of being men. And
Yeah,
like we'll probably talk shit about each other because that's what men do.
that is what we did. What we just did. I was gonna say how you
Which
were getting
which
drilled
do you
though. That's why you like drills.
which do you think is the best for cement? It's the Bosch Bulldog rotary hammer. There you go.
Uh
Is Vince a real man? No, no.
2 men, 1 live stream. Yeah.
That's it's different from that two girls, one cup that you like. Cooch is a Makita guy. Everybody knew. Everybody knew Cooch was a Makita guy. That's why we call him Cooch.
Man, I got no quarrels with Makita. My dad had Makita and used it. Now here's the thing. We're talking about this the day, right? A lot of people say that their Makitas lasted them for a long time.
Oh yeah,
And that's true, man. My dad's Makita lasted a long time, but
yeah.
he had, 3 rent houses and fixed them up occasionally and built and remodeled, all of them, and then continued working on his home with those Makitas. But he didn't do it every day,
Right,
right? And he wasn't getting a paycheck from it.
right.
And he didn't do it every day. Like that's
No,
the biggest thing. He didn't do it every day.
true.
As soon as Milwaukee came out, there is no point in having Makita, man. You're just sitting there at the charger. Who wants to have 10 different batteries? That's literally what I had. When I left the Makita platform in 2010, 10, 12, no, I'm trying to think legitimately. I got married. So 2010 and then 11, probably 2011 is when Milwaukee came out or no?
Red, you can't join tonight,
I
but
left the
we'll let you
Makita
join some
platform in
other time.
2010 sometime late 10, right? And I sold all of my Makita, and I had the SDS, I had 2 drills, I had an impact, I had 10 batteries because you had to. I had a recip, I had the bandsaw, um, the flashlight, and probably something else, right? The circular saw. I don't know what I had. Sold it for $500 to my buddy so I could go buy the latest and greatest Milwaukee that came out.
God,
I'd done my research and
you
I was like,
robbed him.
I'm jumping on this train, right? I robbed him. So, so well, the
And then
bandsaw
you
alone was
jumped on a
300.
train. And then you jumped on a train. This is the
Yeah.
typical Makita guy story, right here.
I mean, I
This
was
is how
literally
it
in
all
downtown
goes.
Dallas drilling through granite with a 1-inch bit with that new D handle STS that just came out from Makita. The stuff was good ish for the time.
Yeah,
But the point is that when I went to Milwaukee, I could get the same amount of work done with 3 batteries that I was doing with 10.
true.
So they haven't changed their battery platform. Like, let's not even talk about the tools. The tools are okay. The ergonomics are nice. Sure, they're light. They last for a long time. Sure, but the batteries suck balls, dude. They suck. They haven't updated their battery platform for the M18. They jumped to this 40-volt battery
Oof.
that's the size of the goddamn
Yeah.
tool. And everyone is just on their dick all the time telling us how we suck for not liking them. I don't like sitting at the charger, dude. The battery determines what tool brand you're going to go into. I jumped to Flex because of the battery. I jumped to Milwaukee because of the battery. Yeah, sure, the tools are nice, but the batteries suck.
Yeah. So every time I hear somebody tell me I've had the same, first of all, they all say that they're professional. And then they tell me that they've had the same drill for 15 years.
They do. They just don't do it every
This
day.
this is what I think of. Do you
Oh, that's
remember
cool.
these with the old Versus stack? These
Yes.
I actually some of these still kind of take a charge. They last for about 3 seconds.
Nice. That's all I
This
got too. Don't worry, Joe. Don't feel bad. That's all I can do too.
this is what I think of every time they say that. Because this tool was trash when it came out. Actually, when it came out, this was pretty awesome. But
Yeah.
it's trash today. I don't go around bragging about this one's still working, even though it still works from 1996 or 98, whenever this thing came out. I like, come on. These guys that are bragging about that, first of all, you tell me you're not a professional, because in a professional setting, your tools aren't going to last you 10, 15 years.
Right.
Maybe hand tools, but that's about it. As far as everything else, no. No, your power tools are going to wear out. And the fact of the matter is, you don't want to keep them that long.
No, dude. I want the next tech.
Technology
I
gets
want the next
better.
gen.
Technology gets better. The tools get better. The speed increases. Everything is better. But these people are that say this thing, and then they say they're a professional. And I'm like, I know you're a liar. I don't know why you're lying. Just be like, I'm a hobbyist and I like my Makita tools. Because that's who it is, by the way. That's who it is.
Please blur those things out before you show them on camera.
um, that's what I say to you, Dan. No, it's pathetic. Like, I'm yeah, it's when you're in a professional setting, I don't think people understand how much you're actually using your power tools, right? They become an extension of you.
Yeah, they are.
Like you grab them, like you can do things with them without
You,
thinking
you
about
don't
it.
even have to know the battery's dying when the battery's dying. You know, you
No,
don't
you
even
can
need a
hear it.
battery gauge. Yeah.
We don't want to see your nunt. Yes, you do, Howie. That's why you show up, you fag.
That's exactly why
I
he's
meant
here.
fuck. I meant fuck. I'm sorry. Not the other one. Some tools were made better 20 years ago than they are made today. Not really. The brush tools, brushes wear out all the time. Uh, that's what they were using 20 years ago. The brushless tools of today are far superior to anything that we used back then. Now you could say they were
Appliances.
made more rugged back in the day,
That's
and I'll
true,
agree with
Morgan's.
you.
Appliances are the only older ones are better than the new durability wise. Yeah. Any tips about carpentry school? Oh, somebody asked about uh woodcraft. You ever go to woodcraft? I think you've got a grizzly. I've got a woodcraft pretty close to me. Um, but you got a grizzly store, don't you?
Yeah, it's down in Springfield, about
You got a
2 to 2.5
Rockler?
hours away. Rockler's in Kansas City,
Okay,
about an hour and a half away.
nice. I've got
Who's
no, I
not a
just got
new
a
member?
woodcraft. A new guy.
Any
Fuzzy T.
tips about carpentry school? Yeah, listen. And then the
Yeah,
minute
listen.
you're on the job site, forget everything they taught you and do what the guys on the site tell you.
Retractable pencils are pretty sweet. You get
Yeah.
can't think of, is it Johnson or Swanson or I don't know who it is. There's one at Home Depot, there's one at Lowe's too. It's two different
What's up,
brands.
John?
Retractable pencils are like a must now.
Yeah. Oh, Morgan said that appliances are the only thing that older ones are better than the new. Yeah, I would agree with that. Old
Yeah,
appliances were made to last forever, but
they're
old
still out there.
appliances were seen as an investment. Like, um, honestly, they were kind of considered like heirloom shit. You can buy a
Darren says,
refrigerator from the 1960s that still works. Might need Freon, but it'll still work.
yeah,
Uh,
you can do
that is
shop
going
class
to
in
be
your high
my high
school. That'd
school.
be awesome.
That's fun.
They're gonna do carpentry in high school. That's what they need.
Yeah, CNF, how you doing?
What's
Metabo
going on,
is
Tina?
discontinued the last of their old brush tools this year and will no longer be making two tiers, only one tool. That's good.
What's up,
That's a
John?
step in the right direction. Makita to flex is a lateral move. No, it's not. Flex
Uh,
is a lot better than Makita.
they're definitely bigger. Um, that 3.5 stack
Mm,
lithium battery's got to be the best power to weight ratio in the tool world right now. That stack lithium battery from Flex, the 3.5 is
yeah.
absolutely amazing. Honestly, their 2.5 gets everything done. I mean, it's a 24-volt tool. So you're already up there with the performance of,
Thanks,
Milwaukee
SLR.
with the smaller battery. Um, so a lot of times I'd run
RLs.
the 2.5s with the Flex tools just because they're smaller.
Yes, Dan, that's the absolute truth. And what's up, LJ Buds? Hope you're having a good night so far. So far.
How is he whenever he's on the rag? His wife won't let him wash them in the machine.
Well, she probably doesn't want it to clot up anymore.
That's what I'm thinking.
Just let it
Supposed to throw those
flow.
in the trash, man.
Just let it flow, buddy.
Just let it
Oh,
flow.
yeah. Do you remember what was it, South Park, and they did that Cherokee hair tampons? Right, that's what he's using. Uh,
Oh, I just realized where the rainbow light is going on behind my head.
he owns more Makita than I do, so it fits.
Yeah.
And then do some job shadow. Way to go, Mitchell. Sounds like you're on the right path.
Yeah, that does sound pretty good.
Oh, look
I
at
gotta
all the
go
people
fix my
showing
rainbow
up
light.
tonight.
He called me out. Hang on.
I'm out. Got shit. Oh, thanks for being here, Milkman. We appreciate it, man. Thank you. That was me that gave you the thumbs up. Everybody give him a thumbs up. I've seen refrigerator with that round unit on top that I think the 50s still work. Ammonia system. I have no idea what's in them, B Dubs, but yeah, there were tanks, dude. They're look at his pajamas. That's cool.
It only
Those
has Makita modes on it.
are... wait. What was that?
It only has Makita modes on it.
Your pajamas.
Oh, you don't like my pajamas, man? These are flannel.
Cherry, you did the right thing. Do not look at the Makita. If you look at the Makita, you have to tell her that you're leaving her for another man.
Once you have two kids and you get a shower at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you're allowed to put on pajama pants. It's a rule.
Dan's killing me tonight. He's funny. I'm not going to read it out loud because we could get in trouble for that. But
Nice, nice.
what harpooned the whole William Shatner situation? Somebody said that came out of a boat and collided. Oh, come on.
Somebody said this last stream. Is that a running joke or is the dude okay?
William Shatner just fine. Old, can't act for shit, but he's still breathing. Oh, that's nice to know.
That's
He
funny,
does
dude.
die every week. The dude's been dead so many times that we're just next week we're gonna dedicate a whole stream to William Shatner being dead. Big Red, how you doing? Actually, next week because NFL training camp starts next week.
Did,
So here's
did,
what we're gonna do, guys.
did you acknowledge Milkman whenever I was off?
I did.
Okay, perfect. Just make sure you didn't miss it.
Um, here's what we're gonna do next week. It's our annual NFL tool draft, NFL style tool draft.
Oh,
So
nice.
we're going to be going into a different format for this one. We're going to be using StreamYard. And someone would remind me that I said this because I have Alzheimer's and I might forget.
All right. Fair enough.
So what we're going to do is we are going to have our tool draft. We're going to be inviting some of you to be part of our tool draft. So you'll be able to come in and pick for the audience. And we'll see if we can get some,
Who'd we have
I
last year?
love, we had Impact Nation, we had Kansas, and we had Joshua. Yes, we're going to be using StreamYard next week.
Dude, that seems like a lifetime ago. I was busy dying that whole year.
Yes.
That seems
So
forever ago.
we had a bunch of folks in, but we want to know if any of you guys want to be part of our tool draft. And if you do, just email me and we'll see if we can get you in and make a pick or two for the audience.
Yeah. And that's next week?
That's next Sunday.
All
Next
right.
Sunday is the tool draft. Apache Helicopter just shows up. He's like, when is the draft? Well, if you had been here, you'd have heard.
Is he going to
Bitch.
be on or is he going to have his terrible California internet?
Probably both. Somebody get rid of this William Shatner motherfucker.
All right.
Not permanently, just like time him out because I'm sick of hearing that shit.
Just punish him.
Makita, really? You don't think I need more power from something like Milwaukee or Flex? Makita is never the answer unless the question is what tool brand is preferred by men that like men.
What is the tool draft? Oh, so you
Oh,
got to explain it because you probably have freaking 50,000 more people than you had last year.
probably. Actually, probably is 50,000.
It's about 50,000.
So here's what a tool draft is. What we do is we have a list of categories that, by the way, our friend whose name is Apache Helicopter on here, he actually has the list of shit that we want to draft. So it's going to
Nice.
be like drill, circ saw, table saw, like a whole list of shit.
Right.
And then in 7 rounds, we're going to limit it to 7 rounds. You pick the best tool in as many of those categories as you can. And then we vote on who has the best team. And I believe we've done this 3 times. And I believe it's 3-0 for your boy. I don't think anybody else has won.
We'll have to go back and watch.
By
I
the way,
was
I
pretty
just
out of
heard
my
back.
mind last year.
Yeah, I just heard back from Wild Badger, and they've agreed to pay me now so that I don't release that video.
Did you send a video to them and like ransom their freaking? Did you?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
I just told them I made one,
oh,
and I was
that's
like,
hilarious.
"Can we do 15?" Well, I think last year we did 10, and it took 2 hours. So I think 7 is kind
Extortion.
of that.
I
It
love it.
wasn't extortion. What it was, like I
Was an
gave them.
extortion.
So um, they were supposed to pay me immediately.
Persuasion.
As soon as I uploaded the video, they were supposed to pay me because they approved the video. So as soon as I uploaded the video, they were supposed to release payment. Full disclosure, I didn't give it a good or a bad review. I kind of gave it a neutral review,
Right.
right? I let the tool do the talking. That's what you're supposed to do.
That's usually what I do.
So they were supposed to pay me, and then they
Did
go,
the
well, the
Michael
video,
Scott. You
they're like, the video didn't get enough views. And then they're like, well, you need to release it on TikTok and then we'll pay you. So I'm like, all right, I release it on TikTok. There's like 1,000 views over there. Not a big deal. And I was like, okay, I uploaded it to TikTok. I sent them a screenshot of it being there and being done. And then they don't send over the payment. They don't respond to my email. Nothing. And I was like, all right. So tonight, it's been like 4 days, 5 days, something like that. And I go, I've had enough. And I sent him a message going like, hey, I made another video showing how bad your tool can look.
Dang.
Since you guys don't want to pay me, I know that's going to get thousands of views because it's going to be a short. I'll release that video for you. And then
That's
they said,
funny.
we'll pay you. They're
That's
like,
funny.
we'll send you the money today. So I I
Nice.
hate to be that guy, like, but this is my it's the wild badger video, but like they agreed to, and I'm like, I met every single one of your demands.
What's up, 808?
I wasn't being a jerk about any of it. What's my brand of choice? I don't know. Rigid, what I own the most of. But I was being very convivial. I gave in to every one of their demands, other than them saying that I had to give them a positive review, and they wanted to approve the script. Well, I don't script anything. Everything you guys get from me is just me, right?
Yeah,
It's
it's
my
like, what?
reaction to shit.
You want me to change what I said? Good freaking luck, dude. I'm gonna have to go back and watch the video 100 times to write down what the flip I said.
Yeah, I'd be
There is no
like,
script.
I don't really know what I'm gonna say. I just
Be
kind
like,
of wing it,
yo, let's
fellas.
work.
Um, you're thinking of Shop Tool Reviews. They'll give you a positive review and script approval. Because some of us don't have a script because like we're men and shit. So
Yeah.
uh, yeah, I was just being very upfront about them, and I was like, I was like, that's it. And then they had wanted me to guarantee a certain number of views. I'm like, I can't do that either because I don't know how the videos are going to do. I never know how they're going to do.
Yeah.
I could tell them that my average views are about 10,000, which is true. You can go look at my channel history and it's actually closer to 15, but I always tell them 10. So they wanted me to guarantee a certain number of views. And I was like, I can't do that shit.
I gotta tell you, man, you can try to make it look bad. Like I know you made a video and it doesn't look great, but dude, I watched you roll over a weed that was like that thick and it just gobbled it up. The ryobi will not
My
do
big
that.
red. No. You want to see me at a
So
tool convention? God bless you. Later, Red. I think they got the message. I think they got the message. um, am I? Why do you? What the fuck? We're talking tools here, Lumpy. I think you're looking for like a purple-haired dude to talk politics about, or maybe some grumpy, bearded old fucker. Who's younger than I am and has more gray hair than I do. Go figure that one out. I am
You're on one of
probably.
those lists now. I think we're all on one of those lists
Oh,
now.
what brand was I? It was Wild Badger. I only agreed to it because our friend Jim over at Philly Fixed had done a video on it, and he didn't make it look bad. So, and I had been looking at an electric mower anyway, so it kind of, they hit me at the right time. It was kind of just dumb luck on their part, because normally I don't respond to any of the emails. I'm like, hey, like any of the but people that want to send you shit, they want you to do more work than I want to do. Right? So
Yeah.
like, I just want to go. I want to make a video that I think is interesting, but you guys will like, oh, it's got to be this many minutes. You got to put it in this set. No, I don't want to do that. That means editing, and I don't like doing it.
Yeah. Um, I think they reached out to me before you decided to extort them. I told them I'd try them out.
I did not extort them. I just want you to know this. I simply said, well, since you guys don't want to pay me what we agreed to, even though I met every single one of
No,
your
no, no, no. I was listening to your phone
demands.
call before you accepted, and they flat out told you, you said, "Hey, no one's gonna watch this crap. I'm gonna lose money on it. I'm gonna spend time doing it. This is how much I want." And then you guys negotiated back and forth, and then you guys agreed, and they said, "Yeah, we know it's not gonna get that many views. We're still gonna pay you." So good on you for putting your foot down. I'm just messing with you.
What's the title of the wild gas or
The too
electric?
long
I
didn't
think is
read.
what I did.
What's the too long didn't read on the Wild Badger? Is it any good?
It's good. It's actually decent. It did a lot better than I thought.
Yeah,
A lot better than I thought it would.
just from looking
So
at it, I think it's better than ryobi, and I'm
yeah,
excited to
well,
try it out.
that's really not that difficult.
Well,
Oh, Budsville, I'm gonna kill you. I mean, I dislike you now. Someone ban Budsville for me, please.
I thought
Can't
All's
say that
Identicals
shit.
is the same guy.
Just ban him. Get him out of here. Don't do it. Don't ban
I
Budsville.
got you. I got you.
Yeah, take that. uh, uh, no, it was better than I thought it would be. Uh,
Oh no,
but
it's a
it's
war.
yes, he did,
Crossfire.
aliens.
We got crossfire.
Oh, oh,
Oh no.
yeah, I did make it look. I did make it look very good. I have to say, I did make their mower look very good because, like, of how my whole tool philosophy allow the tool to do the work instead of me forcing it into high high stuff. I allowed the mower to tell me by listening. That's the skill there. By listening to the mower, I allowed it to show me um, how far I could push it, right? And I thought it did very well. But a lot of these dudes that, well, first of all, I don't know if you guys watch VCG or whatnot, and you see the midget basically land on an impact driver to get it to go. These are guys that they don't truly understand how the tools work.
Right.
Dan's the Makita spy. Your allegiance. What? Poor Buttsville. Buttsville got the Makita treatment. A whole bunch of dudes just lined up in a train.
Dang, we got him. Let's see. He got it. He got it by Kansas. Joshua tagged it from the front. Kansas got it from the back. I was hitting it from the side.
And you
He's
just
got like
got
at least
timed
two and a
out.
half minutes out of here.
You just got timed out by Kansas. Sit there and shut up for a minute. Oh,
Oh,
that's hilarious. Oh, I had I think it was Dave sent me a message like, one threatened to ban Kansas the other night, and I'm like, well, no one's going to ban Kansas, and if they did, they'd quickly find out that there's a price to pay. But if they ban you, eh. I'll be like, it's justifiable because this dude uses Makita. You've used Makita like in 2 different videos this week. I'm like, you got something to tell us? Are you no longer attracted to your wife? What's up, Noah?
Dang.
This is better than a
This is bad
Tupperware
forever.
party.
Hey,
Oh, I'm
you
your
know why
liege.
walruses go to Tupperware parties, right?
Do I like? I have no feelings about Iran at in any way, shape, or form. I've
Sharush is
never
in
been.
here. He's
Yeah,
Iranian,
there you go.
and he's a mod. What now?
Yeah, we don't dislike any people other than Makita people.
Hey, so you know why walruses hang around Tupperware parties, right? They're
Why?
looking for tight seals.
um, what was it? VCG apparently does not know how to build either. I've been hearing rumors of past. Dude, they put it on their channel. That's the funniest shit. Like they put their ineptitude on their channel as though they were building a house out of a dog kennel. Not a joke either. Um, and showing like the work that they do, and it's terrible. Like
Cringe.
honest to God, if they did that to my house, I'd probably be getting asked questions by the police.
Proof that it knows like anyone. I'm still here. Yeah. Well,
Oh no,
we couldn't
no,
put you on camera anymore. You scared the guests away.
it's true. It's true. As a matter of fact, the minute we got rid of Sayer, our views went up. Did you notice that? Like once we didn't have him on camera anymore, like our views shot up. We started getting views into the thousands. Poor Sayer.
That is the future. You're not lying.
Oh,
You should
that
see what
was
these guys cover up with trim. You go to like one of these, run of the mill apartments. It's just
all right, Noah.
not like real high end, you know?
Yeah,
You should see the gaps they cover up, man.
dude.
I yeah.
I'm not. I look. I think it's called Gold Star. I think that's the name of the channel. But Gold Star Inspections, and all
Is it
he
that half bald
does.
dude that's like always
No,
showing
no. This is a very eloquent speaker, as a matter of fact. One of my favorite people to watch on YouTube because one, you can tell dude's knowledgeable, but he does this stuff. He's like, well, that ain't right. He's going into new construction and right before before people move in, and he's showing missing insulation. He's up in the attic and he's showing like a 2-inch gap in the rafter, and I'm just like, yeah, that's typical of what you see on a job site today. There is one house that I drive by on the highway that I literally have to tell myself not to look at. They've got 3 windows going across, right? And they're little offshoots, so they're individual windows, like they're different rooms, but they're all in a row, and
a
they're
different
all within a couple of feet of each other, right?
yeah. It's,
None of them are on the same level. Like
oh my
it's
god, it's terrible.
and I'm looking at it, and then one of the windows on the first floor that's facing the street, right, is tilted.
Oh man.
And like,
A lot of people don't know, but my channel is literally new construction inspections. I never advertise it because I don't want the cloud to be an electrical inspector and hey, you should listen to me because this is what I do. I don't advertise that. If you want to learn or you enjoy the content, that's what I want you to stay. But all the stuff that I see,
no,
people are expecting to get an inspection, and I'm just pulling 500 KC mil out of lugs, you know.
dude.
380 amps at a time, just pulling it out. Like, we're ready to turn this on. What do you think of it? And I'm like, let me see. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. It's like, we're not turning it on today.
Yeah. I told my wife, I'm like, if we ever have, like, if I ever get to the point where I can't do things for myself around the house, and we have to have people come in and build or whatever, I'm like, I'm gonna be their worst nightmare. Because like I know how to do this shit, and I saw Cheeseburgers like he and his dad get into fights because they want to do shit right. Dude,
Yeah.
when and I got an all metal building, and it's hard to fuck up an all metal building, but I swear to God they did it. I had to force myself to stay inside because all I wanted to do was go out there and be like, first of all, why is it taking you guys so fucking long? This is pre-built. All you have to do is fashion it together. Ain't hard. This ain't hard, right?
Right.
Yes, yes, Howie. And I was like, and then I was like, and you're not doing it right. And I like, my wife had to keep telling me not to go out there because I was yelling from this. It's probably 80 feet away from my front door, and I was yelling because I could see that they weren't doing it right from 80 feet.
Right.
And she's like, just sit down, don't go out there. You're gonna run them off. They're gonna get mad at you, and then we won't get it built or whatever. And I'm like, just leave the fucking material. I'll do it myself. And I'm just yelling. And she's like, no, just you can't do it. You can't do it. So we get done. The company calls and they're like, what did you think? And I'm like, I think your people don't know what the fuck they're doing, and you shouldn't send them out to somebody's house.
Right. And that wasn't the end of it.
No, no, no. Let me fix your house with my Chicago electric and my wire tools. All right, Noah, you can try. I do need to replace a wall.
Last time I didn't
He
hover
flooded my basement.
out of
Yeah.
my basement. Dang. That's because
I
they're
did
watching YouTube.
shit.
They're watching on how to change out that one thing, right?
Oh my God.
Put the valve in and then attach the hose to it. So they're like,
Yeah. Oh
what we're
yeah.
gonna do? We're gonna remove this and we're gonna get in real quick and tighten it.
Mm. I swear, like, the level of professionalism that's out there today, or what passes for professional, it would get you fired before. Like, I swear, it would. They did an apartment complex behind Lowe's in one of the stores that I frequent for deal videos for you guys.
Right.
And like I'm walking into Lowe's and I could hear them fucking up.
You could hear 'em. I just heard
Uh,
them messing up.
oh, you guys think it's like
I
funny
can
or
just
whatever.
feel the fuckery.
And I was just like, oh, son of a bitch. I could just hear it. And my wife's like, what's going on? And I go like, can't you hear that? And she's like, ah, it sounds like they're working hard over there. I'm like, no, they're fucking this shit up. And sure enough, we go over and look. They couldn't find 16 on center to save their life. I swear to God. Some of those gaps were at least 21.
Do you
Yeah,
see
you
how
can hear
that's
it in the
like
tool.
kind of
No, I
off?
can't. I
I
see your
know because
finger,
I'm
you fuck.
stupid. Hang on, I'm fixing it. Hang on, hang on, hang on. It's delayed on YouTube. Okay. Oh my God, what the hell is wrong
That's
with me?
probably
Hang on.
true, Sharouche.
There we go. I think I figured it out now. The camera's up here.
All right. What are we looking at? Oh,
Okay.
oh,
Do you see how it's not like flat?
yeah.
Kinda.
Well, I
Hang
mean,
on.
your finger, it looks like you need to take a file to your fingernail.
Man, I probably do. Hang on. Let me. What is wrong with me, man? I can't. There we
Ugh,
go. I can actually see
damn,
now.
Noah.
Okay. So if we look at the double lug there, which is the legal double lug, you can see where it's like kind of canted off the side.
Yep. Move it to your right, just a
Uh,
hair.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm doing
Okay.
it. I think.
I see. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's like stuff like that, man. Like, sure, okay. There's a
Hey, could
stud.
you that
There's a
one that's
stud on
going
that
up on the
ATS.
bottom?
What's
That
that?
one that's going up on the bottom, could you have just pulled that out by hand?
No, no. I tugged on them all. They were all legitimately in there.
Okay.
This was actually. Let me look at that. Yeah, no, I tugged on that one. But like, okay, so the way that bar mounts, right? It's got two studs that come off of the ATS,
Yeah.
and it's got two 7/16 nuts that bolt that block to the case. So if you bolt a lug to the same, like it's going to be fine, right? But would you walk away from something that's canted at an angle sitting on the other side of the lug? It's like, it's things like that, man. It's like,
No
it's
pride.
not right when you did it.
No pride. They're not meant.
It's yeah, there's just no pride, man. Nobody, it's just crazy. Show my fingernails. Which one?
By
I
the
was
way,
cutting
I
with
love these
diagonal cutters the
shirts.
other day.
Oh, I'm not surprised that you're taking dikes.
Yeah.
I mean, they got no use for you, but you might as well try to use them. Anyway, I hired a cheaper company to do some plumbing, and 90% of the people were like 14 years old. And I had a guy that, oh my God.
Let's see if I
I
can find
can
another one.
listen. That's the thing. Like, if you've been a pro for a long time, you can hear the way a tool acts, right? You know when it's under load. You can honestly you kind of know what they're doing just by listening to the tool, and you'll know if they're doing it right from the way the tool sounds. A lot of dudes don't understand that, so when you say like, I could hear them fucking up, they'll take it as like you're being arrogant. No, it's because I've got all these years of experience using these tools and I know the sound. Are we
Speaking
trying
of
this
the
shit again?
sound, yeah, we're gonna try it again. Check it out. Look,
What's your
this one,
opinion? Oh, good. That's what it
this
is,
one
Noah.
is the Fornest.
The Forness. Way to
The
go.
Fornest. See,
South
Fornest.
Florida tools.
We got the Fornest.
What way to go. I like the
Okay,
Forness. I used to
we've
do the
got.
foreplay, but I'm too old for that. I don't have a lot of time left, so we
Hang
just
on,
have
we
to get
got
right to
the.
it. Never put your poop finger on the camera. That was funny. In or
We
out,
got the
where is my
dish
check?
watcher. You like the
The
dishwatcher?
ditch watcher?
The ditch watcher?
Man, I was watching the ditch today when I was mowing the lawn. I had to make sure I didn't fall in. That's been a pretty common problem for a lot of guys lately. They fall in,
Yeah.
but it's not a ditch. It's something that rhymes with ditch. Hmm.
Oh man, you never know what you're gonna see.
Somebody is really wanting us to talk about fucking politics. We're not interested. If you know us better, then you can reach out to us through text message and ask us, and we'll give you an unvarnished thing where we're not in trouble, or we won't
South
get in
Florida
trouble from
Tool
YouTube.
is somewhat a YouTuber. Is he active lately?
I don't. I know he has a channel. I don't know if he's
Yeah.
being active.
Technically,
Orgasmo
yes.
machine. You need uh, to get 50 of the "Don't Be a
Wash your
Cocksucker"
dishes.
shirts. I've
We'll see
got
you later, my
like
channel.
2 of them. Buy my channel.
We'll see you later.
I use OPA professional years. I know what they're doing. That's what I'm saying. You guys know because we get a lot of professionals in this chat. You know, like when they're putting up the sheet goods on the roof, right? You know if they're hitting the stud.
Right.
It's a pneumatic nailer, but you can hear the difference in the sound. And a lot of look, a homeowner won't know this sound, right? It just sounds the same to them. But when you're hitting the stud, it's a thick sound, right? It's doo. And when it's just missing the stud, it's
So accurate.
so like I got a video coming out talking about the battery operated nailers in general, but battery operated is what I had at the time. And I have some images in there of modern home construction. And I swear to God, some of these dudes are missing the roof joist by 6-7 inches. They're not even in the ballpark of being close. And maybe it's different for you guys. It shouldn't be.
Oh,
But
dude.
we could kind of see it when we were putting shit up. Right? When I was doing roofing as a teenager, you could see it. So there's no excuse for missing it. But apparently, these guys are just like,
Yeah, tack,
fuck
tack,
it.
tack, 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 tack,
Right.
tack.
I gotta make it
Did I
sound
get
like
it?
I'm busy. Yeah. No, you weren't even close.
Yeah, I was walking down the stairs on one the
Hmm.
other day, and they had the sheathing up on one side, you know,
Really, cheeseburger. Hmm.
and they missed the stud with about 20 nails. I kind of pushing on the wall to see if they got the, at least 5 on it. But you can see where they missed the stud, tack, 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 all the way down like 20 nails. I was like, damn.
Oh,
Here,
some
check this one out. Some people they have a contract where you're supposed to pull the string in for the contractor. Leave them something they can pull their wire in. You run the conduit, you run the string, and then
yeah.
someone else will pull the wire. In this case, the utility company is gonna be pulling the wire. Check this one out.
Oh no. Oh, that's a fine job that they did right there. You use extra long insulation roofing nails
Look
for
how
the
thin that is,
insulation
man.
guide.
Look
It's
how
a
thin that is.
miracle it made it.
Look at the ground rod.
Oh
It's
yeah,
just
just
wiggling
pull
the
it
whole
out.
ground rod. It's like, oh yeah, no, that's grounded. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
Was that 3 feet?
Probably.
It must have been true. If it cut him deep, Jamie, it must have been true.
Oh man.
What they should? Oh no, I'm not reading that one, JN. I'm not gonna read it.
Drills suck, impacts are the best, and don't use nails.
The impact drivers are used by the incompetent and the unemployed.
Man, if you're an installer, use an impact. That's all I can say.
Mm.
If you're doing cabinets, whatever.
Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, they have their place. Small
Yeah,
fasteners where it
they
came out as a
certainly have their place when
possibility.
you're doing freaking in a cabinet, reaching around somewhere and
Self-drilling screws and over-tight nuts and bolts. That's it. That's it.
yeah.
Everything else use a drill.
Do you use
Mule
an
line is
impact
great.
driver? He's
Yeah, I
asking if you
use
use
them
an impact driver. Yeah.
every once in a while, like when I need to, when it's the right situation to use them. But honestly, anything that goes on around my house, I can do with a drill, and I'm going to do it faster.
Yeah,
So
exactly, Derek. Mule tape, mule line.
I have no
That
possible cam.
jet line was stronger than that mule tape by the time they finished that last freaking strand.
You pulled your elbow starting a mower cord. Uh, you're not old until you pull your back muscle sneezing.
Yeah.
It depends on the situation. Cheeseburgers. Sometimes you're going to use screws. So on the things that could potentially move, use screws. On the I should say that on the things you don't want to move, use screws. On the things that are going to move, like wood, your
Yeah.
walls, your frame,
Structure,
use
structural
your nails. They're going to be
nails.
more
Yeah.
durable.
Yeah, you got
Thoughts
shear
on
string.
outer space? It's out there.
It's out there.
Uh,
Yeah.
Can't. Well, you're not supposed to change your tires with an impact driver either. So
Yeah, jet burns through the 90-degree bends. Exactly.
yeah. All right, guys. We have reached the end at an hour and a half of our man talk conversation. It was good. I enjoyed tonight very much. Thank you.
Should you use the
No,
clutch on your
use the
drill, or does it
clutch on it.
destroy the
Yes,
drill?
use the clutch on the drill. It doesn't
No.
hurt it at all. It's what it's made for. Change of underpants in your truck. Yeah, it's time to go. So it's been an hour and a half.
Yeah, nails and headers in anything structural. If it's
Yep.
a non-load bearing wall, you can use screws. Makes you happy. But pretty much anything structural, anything that's subject to racking, anything that's subject to moving with the foundation, got to use nails.
All right, guys. So with that, we're out of here. So for all you Makita guys out there, you want to say it?
Blow them like you know 'em.
And for the rest of you, manscape like you landscape. If you trim your bush, your deck will always look big.
See
And
you
with
guys
that,
later.
we're out.